got a diamond in the rough, more like an opal that's black. Rejuvenate your heart and spirit, leave your soul
So I'm excited, super excited, because I have Marilyn B here with me today, who is a great singer, but also my friend. So I'm super excited to have her. But for people who aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Marilyn. I'm 27 years old. I'm a singer, rapper, baker, mom first, new mom. I am Liberian American, second generation. Yeah.
Now,
I'm excited to be here.
ever asked you this, but how long have you been singing and performing?
So that's a great question. I've been singing, I would say if I had to put a number to it, maybe like 6, 5. Like my aunt has this really funny story when I was little and I used to go to her house. There was a fly that was like floating around. I really wanted to kill it. So I started singing to the fly.
Very on brand with you.
He said very on brand. Yeah. I sat down and I finally killed it. I was like, I smushed the fly. So I always had music has always been something that kept me calm, something that it was just an outlet for me at a very young age. I remember 3rd grade, I sang at my talent show, and one of my friends' mom was like, one day we'll hear you on the radio. And this is when I wasn't even thinking about making a profession. I just enjoyed singing. Yeah. I have to hit her up and be like, you
called it.
Yeah, you had something going there. But seriously, writing would be 2011.
2011. Okay. And I feel like, because I remember you talking about the songs and the inspiration for everything. Did you create a lot of this during the pandemic?
The pandemic was 2021, right?
Yeah, around the time.
Okay, so I was in a pretty long-term relationship, and that was kind of coming to an end. So I wasn't really in music mode, if that makes sense. Okay. But I was always writing and connecting with creatives and things like that. To be honest, actually, one of the songs were written during the pandemic.
Okay.
A couple of the songs, and then finished in 2022 when I released it. Okay. So a lot of songs very on brand with me. I had a lot of songs started but not complete, and I went back to it and was like, but I like this, going on. And I finished a lot of it last year. So some of the songs started during the pandemic, and then I finished it.
Yeah. So, and you mentioned you're a new mom. So how is that balancing? I know she's also a baker. Yes, I got my cupcakes for my birthday and everything else. And you did your opening, everything. So how do you balance, having your own business, being a new mom, still finding that creative inspiration? Tell me about that process.
So, I always work with children. I always knew I wanted to be a mom someday. Yeah. I didn't plan on being a mom at 26, but it truly is one of the greatest blessings. Very tiring, but I will say it is hard. Being a single mom is very hard, and trying to run a new business, me not having a business prior to this, or even releasing music or taking it seriously, I can't say becoming a mom has lit a fire under my fire under my head.
Yeah.
I have to invest in my dreams and create a solid foundation for myself and my daughter, because how can I preach that to her if I'm not doing it myself? I can't say, Eliza, whatever God gifted you with, you need to go out there and, be that and do that and become that for yourself if I'm not doing it myself. So being a mom is hard. My daughter's with me 24/7. Like I told you, she's upstairs sleeping. But it's taught me a lot about myself. And it's also pushed me, like I said, to be a better person, to be a better mom, just in general. So.
Okay. What has it taught you about? I'm sorry, I'm going off the cuff a little bit, but what has it taught you about yourself?
It's taught me patience. I need to learn patience. I love people. I love people, but I also need time to myself. Just to regroup and to give the best version of myself. I need time to myself, regardless of who I'm around. I love being around. I'm always around my family. Yeah. And she's always with me. So I don't get that alone time. Since I had my daughter, I haven't gotten a day to just decompress, but she's taught me like patience. I don't know how to explain it. Like now I don't feel like I get as irritated. I think things through a lot more now than I would have before, because it would be so easy to just say, like, if this is irritating me, I could just walk away or not deal with it. But it's allow me to process things before I make decisions.
Okay. It's funny. I've heard other moms say that too, that is talking.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So I also, we have to get into the track. So I want to know a lot. First, I want to know what inspires you in general before I even get into the specifics.
Oh, that's a great question. What inspires me? Okay, what inspires me? I would say it could be a conversation I have with someone. It could be instrumental. I hear instrumentation, very, very important for a good track. It's 50-50, to be honest.
Okay.
The songwriting and then the production behind it creates the song. I know the artist usually gets all the praise, but the producers do a lot too. So usually when I hear like a track, I'm very like particular, like the track has to speak to me. It has to move me. But that it could be reading a book to Eliza. I could be reading a book to Eliza. And one of the pictures, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a dope book. Like this is dope, and it could, inspire me. Eating some wicked cacao leaf. Let me code switch. Eating some delicious Liberian cuisine. Eating some delicious Liberian cuisine. Just the way the mood it will put me in can make me feel energetic to write. So really anything, but to be honest, if I'm in like, I need to finish this song, or I need to write a song, or I want to write a song, it would be instrumentation.
Got it. Yeah. And did you have like a lot of producers you wanted to work? How did you, because you hear as much about like the Atlanta like media scene and connected with, and that sometimes people can be a little difficult to work with. Was that your experience too? Or did you already have in mind like people you wanted to work with? How did that go? Because the beats are giving too.
I'm telling you, and they were hand selected. Yes.
Yes.
So yes, I was honored to work with some really dope producers, different producers actually. So the only feature that I have on the track with my good friend Wakai, he actually sent me a couple tracks before we did Mad Over You. And he sent me Don't Fall. He sent me the Don't Fall track. And I heard it and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. So I was like, let's do this. And he wasn't really feeling it for like a feature. So I was like, okay, and we did Mad Over You. I needed that track. So I think he sent it to me 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And like, I was like, do you know the producer? Like, how can I get in touch with the producer? And like, he sent me his information because he lives in Nigeria. And I finally got in contact with the producer, and I sent him like a voice memo of what I wanted to do with the track. And he was like, oh my gosh, like I really like this, like, but I sold the beat. And I was like, no. I need this beat. So I was like, is there a way you can rearrange the instrumentation? And like, and he did that for me.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we got Don't Fall. Shout out to Desi.
You think it outside the box. Like, how can we change it around to make this work?
And then for Let It Be, which you probably know is Give It Take, but Let It Be, I found on YouTube. I went through Let It Beats, and that one was just speaking to me. I was actually in the car when I wrote that. Probably one of the quickest songs I wrote on the EP.
Really?
And my engineer, shout out to J.O., dope, so dope. Like he pushes me to give like the best takes that I can give. He actually rearranged, I think, was it Don't Fall? I don't want to say the wrong thing. It was Don't Fall. So I'll be like, hey, I'll express to him what I like and what I want to change. I feel like there's a little producer in me. There's definitely a producer.
I can see that.
But he was dope. Like he talented. I was blessed to work with some very talented people.
Yes. Okay. And I like give and take. So you mentioned give and take. So I have to get into that a little bit. I feel like it talks about like people pleasing and stuff a little bit. Did that come from personal experience? And how do you like stop yourself from doing that? If it did come from personal experience.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I feel like maybe it's more common with daughters, but any daughter of like foreign parents, you kind of have to grow past the issue of people pleasing, whether it's for your parents or family members, to fit into what they see your life being. Because of course they want the best for you, but you have to learn how to do what's best for you in the long run because it's your life. So one thing I realized with people pleasing in the past, I would people please to accommodate someone else's feelings, right?
Okay.
If I don't have the time or if I don't have the resources, I'll be like, okay, let me just squeeze it in so that they won't feel like I don't want to do this for them. But then I also realized people pleasers have a common tendency to say, you know, I give, but they don't take much accountability. Like people are so quick to say, I'm such a giving person. And, you know, this is how this person's taking advantage of me, but they don't sit back to think, I allowed that. Or I set this precedent for this person to feel comfortable that anything they ask me, I'm going to do, regardless if I have the time, regardless if I have the resources. So you kind of have to take accountability and think to yourself, why am I allowing someone to take from me, or always, I guess, kind of deplete me to get what I need?
Yeah.
And I won't set solid boundaries for myself, you know? So you got to kind of, you said what?
You're reading me, but
yeah, no, trust me, I've been through it too, and I'm still getting through that phase of my life. Like, and it also stems from wanting people to accept you, right? If we're honest, it's because you don't want people to see you as, oh, you know, she's a mean person, or she doesn't want to help me, or But to be honest, people won't think that. But if you set the precedent, they're gonna expect that from you. Right? So also, try not to speak to myself. I try not to control the narrative or outcome of what someone wants me to do, right? I try not to think in a way like, how is this person going to perceive me? Like, what are they going to say if I don't, you get what I'm saying? Because that's kind of controlling if you really think about it. It's really controlling because you want somebody to view you a certain way, and it can actually be manipulative. So I try to be accountable. I try to be accountable in situations and say, what could I have done better to set boundaries to let someone know that this is okay or this is not okay, right? So when it comes to love, if you get in a relationship and you know someone isn't fulfilling you the way that you need to be fulfilled, but you stay in that relationship and you accept that and you keep giving all of yourself, you can't be mad at the other person, even though you're giving and they keep taking from you, you know? So I just realized that in give and take, I realized a lot about myself through relationships in life. I realized that I'm not a city girl. Never will be, never have been. But I just want someone to reciprocate what I'm giving them, which is just honesty. We have to be on the same page. And then if it works, we can work through that, right? Monetary gain or anything is not going to fulfill the love that I need.
That's so true.
And nothing's wrong with that. Like some people that does fill the void for them, or it works for them. It doesn't work for me. So knowing that about myself, I just want to move from that energy. I don't want to be in a space where I feel like someone just taking. And
and I feel like we all have been there. Like we all know that feeling. So that was, you know, I mean, I've told you that was one of my favorite songs because, you know, it seemed very relatable, just in the sense of like, I know this feeling. You know what I mean? I also like Keeper. I like all of them, but you know, I have a few notes on certain songs. Like Keeper, the line that stuck out to me when you were saying, you know, quality, not quantity. So I was like, let's dig into that. What are your thoughts on like dating multiple people?
So I haven't given that a try. Okay. But I feel like dating multiple people. I feel like you should date, you know, you should date. Not sleep with, date. No. If you want to, that's your prerogative. That's on you, but I get it. That's on you. Spiritually, I don't think it's a good idea, but I feel like you should date to get to know different people, to know what you want and what you don't want. I feel like a lot of women, including myself, let me speak for myself, but you jump into relationships kind of early, not even knowing what you want. And you end up staying in this long relationship, realizing that it's not fulfilling what you want in a relationship. Just emotionally, spiritually. So I feel like when you do give yourself a chance to date, you get to find out what's quality to you. Right. What's your version of quality, right? And then you can find that keeper. That's the only way you find a keeper, I feel like, is if you meet different people, date different people, and that's when you can find that quality keeper.
The quality keeper. What is a keeper? I feel like that's a line in itself.
That's a great question. I feel like a keeper for me is someone who knows who they are, number one. Honest, very honest with themselves first.
Yes.
Wise. I need somebody to teach me something because I'm very inquisitive. Like I always want to learn. So teach me something new. Funny, charming.
All the things.
Yes, all the things. Just compatible. Like compatible with, like, we have to, you be like the yin to my yang. Like, let's balance each other out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's, I'll ask you, what's a keeper to you, Kirby?
A lot of what you said, honestly. I think compatibility. I think, like you said, I won't even say intelligence. I'll say wisdom. Like, I want to learn something from you. So I guess that wraps in intelligence. But also, I don't know. I feel like this gets swept under the rug a lot. But like kindness, like just someone who's like, kind, you know. And then fun. I think that's another one that we have to be able to.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I think all of those things.
Grandpa.
You know. Yeah. So we know the singing ability, but I also know you can freestyle. So I didn't know if this was a possibility. Yeah. Can we get a little like freestyle? Do you have anything you're working on, or because I know you rap too, which I don't know if everyone knows that.
I do rap.
Yeah,
and it's funny because back to the question you said with what inspires you, like rapping is like, I don't know, I feel like it unleashes this more confident, aggressive side to me that people who I guess first meet me will probably never get. Like I'm very, very calm when I meet people. When I first meet them, I'm more observant and like calm when I meet people. But when I'm rapping, it's like a more confident, aggressive side. And like, to be honest, when I'm angry, I feel like I write the best raps. I don't know why. Yes,
it's funny. But I think that's what's so great about art, though. Like, you know, because you can put all of who you are into your music, you know. That's true. Yes, but if there is anything, we get a little sneak peek, rapping wise.
You got an instrumental?
You know, one thing I did want to ask you too, while I'm looking for this, is, you know, I've seen a lot of people, you know, saying, I've seen you retweeting and sharing, like people saying great things about your music. And I know how long you told me, like you put time into it. Like, what does that feel like right now to have the project done and just out there? What's it been like hearing from people? How's that been?
Yeah, like, I'm so grateful, like, for the support that I've received. I'm so grateful to you. Like, let me just give a little side note. Like, Kirby is one of the realest, you know. I mean, like, we're not like close, but we're cool. Like, we're cool from since I met you, and you've been a genuinely, like, what woman empowerment is about. Like, you'll reach out and be like, how's the music going? If you need any, you know, if you want to do an interview, here we are doing the interview. If you offer to share like resources that you have. And I really, really appreciate that, because, you know, nowadays social media is easy to say you're something, but you actually embody that. And I'm so grateful for you taking the time out to do this, because you didn't have to. So early on, you've actually been supporting my music, and I appreciate you. But a lot of people, like family and friends, have been supportive, and I'm so grateful, like sending the music out, sharing it, but also strangers. Like that's the part that really touches me, because people I don't know have reached out and been like, wow, I heard your music on YouTube, or I heard your music this place, and it really touched me. Like, keep going. Like, I see your future being really bright in this music. And that on its own, very, very fulfilling, because I'm very hard on myself when it comes to my art. So to finally, after working on music for years and years and years, and finally put together this body of project that people appreciate, it feels amazing.
What's been well, first, before I say that, same. Marilyn has been, like, since I met her, just like nice and genuine, and, you know, obviously talented. Like, I feel like even if we weren't like friends, cool, all of this, like, I think that I know that I would still be playing the music just because I enjoy it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel the same way about you. You're always like, if I ask you something, you're like, sure, can I help? And just nice. And I feel like we've been like that from the beginning. So I'm happy for you. I'm love that it's being like well received. And it's just like, yeah, girl. Anyway, we can work together.
It was overdue. It was overdue.
It is. Okay. This is Kendrick Lamar, The Black of the Berry instrumental. You like that one?
I love Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is like my dream collab. It's gonna happen.
That's a good one to have. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let me see what it sounds like. And don't
okay. You really got me up here rapping.
I'm sorry. Don't look.
Yeah, a little smooth, a little different. He really like me. He like my pigment. Yeah, he feel it. He know the real is. You know I got it because you know I'm a kill it and I'm freestyling on that zone. And I don't know what I'm going to, but baby, get in tune. I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna switch it up and give you just enough for you to tune in again because you know what's up. Your freestyle.
That is very cool. I'm telling you, I'm always like, I wish I could do that. I feel like that's such a skill to just hear music and make it sound right. Like, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it just starts with fun. Like if you don't take yourself too seriously, it just comes out.
I love it. Well, what is, okay, as far as people listening on YouTube or reading the article, what is, tell me something you would like them to know about yourself and something you would like them to know about your music. Yeah.
That's a great question. To know about me, I'm a very open-minded person.
Okay.
In the sense that I like to, like I said, I like to research different things and, you know, learn about different topics in life. I feel like being a seeker of knowledge is very important. So one thing I want to inspire people to do is to research things for themselves. In the era of so much like content and like podcast, shout out to the Adulting Single podcast, but just in an era with so much like content and, you know, resources at the tip of your fingers, it's so easy to just follow what anyone says. It's so easy to follow what people do, what they tell you for your life. So I'm a strong advocate for like searching and seeking and finding what works for you. So yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. I'm into like astronomy and astrology, numerology. So that's something that some people may not know about me. And I know some people are just like, oh, that's nonsense. People who haven't even researched it for themselves. But just find what works for you. Like it may not work for you. It may work for you, but don't just live your life believing what somebody told you to believe or doing things that someone told you that you have to do. Like go out there and research. You will find something out there and it'll resonate with you so strongly that you will find yourself actually on path with what God put you here to do, right? So that's just one thing.
I love that answer.
Yeah, and for music, I would say, you know how I sing and rap?
Yeah.
I definitely want to dabble into different genres. Like,
really,
the limit does not exist. I will, I would do country. I would do rock music. Like my little brother. Oh, that's another thing. My family is just musically inclined. Like
really?
My sister,
yes.
Okay. My brother, he's such a dope artist. I can't wait till they drop their projects. My sisters can all sing down, like sing down. So I've just been surrounded by so much musical talent. Yeah, about the music, I'm open to so many genres. And I'm excited for what's to come.
Yes, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. This has been so much fun. I love your answer. I do think I completely agree. I feel like sometimes I have moments where I don't know if you feel like this, where I have to like kind of almost unplug from like my podcast or social media or whatever, just because I'm like, I just want to know I'm thinking from my own mind, which may sound like whatever, but it's just, we're just so overloaded with content. It's like, if I feel this way, okay, but I want to make sure I feel this way and not like, it's just so much like stuff coming at us all the time.
Overload so much.
Yeah, like research.
Whether it's celebrities, and it can be like really good podcasts, but I feel like people need to learn to like separate entertainment and you know, trust me, there's good like information out there on, you know, social media, the internet and stuff like that, but you have to learn when to kind of unplug and and you have to really know yourself to not follow along with what, you know, society and social media and all of that is you're feeding you. You feed yourself that, eventually you will follow it. So
yes, I agree. Well, make sure y'all listen to the EP. I always say album to the EP. I'm so excited. Is there a song you like recommend they listen to first, or?
So surprisingly, like you said, Let It Be.
Yeah.
Like, guys, that's guys' favorite songs too. Like men, yes, men like Let It Be, and that's like the slowest, more ballad-like song on the EP. So I would say start there. My favorite was Don't Fall, but apparently y'all don't care about that. No. So I'm just kidding. So Let It Be, start at Let It Be, and let me know what you think. Honest feedback, because want to get better.
And where can everybody follow you?
So you can follow me on IG at cryptic.by.nature. You can find me on YouTube at Marilyn B Music or Marilyn B Topic. Still working on the socials because being an independent artist, baby, it's not for the weak.
I always say I take my hat off to y'all so much. Like, I know there's so much involved in that, and to make just a solid, like, good project and get it marketed out. I know it's not like an easy feat. That's why I'm just like, girl, the fact that you did it alone is great, but the fact that it's good and people are talking about it says so much more too. So
but creating the music is like the easiest part, I feel, at this part.
What'd you say?
So creating the music like alone at this point is probably the easiest part. It's the business that I'm like, okay, I have to relearn this whole aspect of life, right?
Yes, yeah.
Like advertising, marketing, you have to be your own stylist, you have to be your own PR, you have to be your own, it's a lot. Kirby, you work in media, it's a lot.
Yes, I mean, that's why I always say I know, like, it's nothing little, like, you know what I mean? And I know it's but like I said, I have so much respect for the creative side of it, the business side, all of it. So so make sure y'all go listen. Let us know your favorite songs. Please support Marilyn B. She's bomb, if you can't tell from the interview. So
thank you.